This is Julia, Reference Librarian at McAllen Public Library. Welcome to Creative Tech, where we'll be looking at ways that technology and design can make your life a little bit easier and a little bit more fun. Now that the weather is starting to cool off a little bit and it's finally starting to feel like fall, the weather is perfect for getting out and getting some more exercise. In this video, we're going to go over how to control the settings on an Apple Watch and how to view your activity settings to measure all of your physical activity. Now, the way you control the Apple Watch is actually not on the watch itself. It's with the Apple Watch app on your phone. And the menu for it is down here at the bottom. In the bottom left corner, you have My Watch. That's all of the settings for your watch. In the middle, Face Gallery. That's the fun part. That's where you choose a face for your watch and you can customize it. And over here, App Store, that's where you can add different apps for your watch. So we'll do the fun part first. That's the Face Gallery here in the middle. There are different themes for the watch face, and then you choose the theme, and then you can customize it. So there are a lot of different choices here. Some of them are very like technical. They let you add a lot of different technical things, and some of them are more fun, just kind of simple, colors and stuff. The one that I use the most is this one, Infograph, because it lets you add the most apps and useful tools. So you can see it has these 4 choices here. So you can choose one and then you customize it. You can choose the color. And now complications are what they call the little tools and apps that it shows on the watch face. So you can see up here, it's letting you choose what app you want in each of the locations on your watch face. So you click on it, and then there are all these different choices here. You can have Pandora, you can have your phone, you can have the radio, you can have the rain forecast timer. There are just a ton of different options here for things you can have on your watch face. And so you can go through all of these and customize it as much as you like. So now back here on the main screen, we'll go through some of the settings. Up here where it says your name, Apple Watch, that's where you can, that's where it'll show you the watches you have paired, and it'll also give you the option of pairing a new watch if you buy a new one. Now here under complications, that's what we were just looking at on the other screen. That shows you all of the apps that you can have added to the watch face. And to notifications, this is the screen where you control how you are notified by all the different apps on your phone. On your watch. On your watch, there's going to be a little red dot up at the top, and that is the notification area. You swipe down on the red dot and it'll show you all of your notifications. And this is a list of all of the apps that can give you notifications. So if you go to each one, you can customize all of the notifications. Most of them you can either customize it for the watch, or you can tell it like this. You can tell it to mirror my iPhone. And if you do that, it'll have the exact same notification settings for the app that you have on your phone. Now on your watch, you're going to press the circular crown button to see the menu of all of your apps. And on the phone is where you control the layout for those apps. So you go here to app layout, and this is what it looks like on the app menu on your watch. And you can rearrange these however you want. You just tap it and drag it. You can rearrange it so that the most useful ones are easier to find. And here on the dock menu, the dock menu is, you get to that by pressing the button that's right underneath the crown button on your watch. And that's, you can tell it to show you either the most recent apps or your favorite apps. So that's just a useful way of quickly reaching certain apps on your watch. Now back here on the main menu, we have some more settings. We have the display and brightness settings, which is just what it sounds like. That's where you control how bright or how dark the face of your watch is, and you can also control the size of the text, or you can make the text bold. Now we have the accessibility settings. This is also very important. If you need to enable the zoom settings or grayscale or any of the other accessibility settings on your watch, this is where you do that. Now Siri can work on your watch the same way it does on your phone. It has the same settings that your phone does for Siri. You can have the watch set so that it's either always listening for Siri, or you have to press the digital crown button or lift your watch to enable Siri. Now sounds and haptics. Your phone by default, your watch by default will have the sound enabled. That means every time you get a notification, it'll make a sound. I personally think that's kind of annoying, so I have mine on silent mode all the time. But I do have the haptic alerts enabled. Haptic alerts is where your watch kind of vibrates. So every time you get a notification, it'll stay silent, but you'll kind of vibrate. And so that's how you know you have a notification. Passcode, this is also very important. The same way you should have the passcode enabled on your phone, you should also have it enabled on your watch, since your watch is really like a mirror of your phone and connected to your phone. It's important to have the passcode enabled. And now privacy settings. This controls which of your other apps will have access to your activity that's measured by your watch. Now, underneath the watch settings, we have the settings for the individual apps on the watch, and this is also important. Activity up here at the top, this is one of the important ones. There are a lot of different things that you can enable or disable for activity on your watch. Another important one right here is heart. Not all of the watches have this, but the newer ones, you can tell it to notify you if you have an irregular heart rhythm, or if your heart rate is below or above a certain number. So that's pretty important. Well, it's a nice safety health feature to have. Messages is another important one. You can tell it to either mirror the same message settings that you have on your phone, or you can customize it so that it's specific to your watch. Music, this is another important one here. You can set up your watch so that whenever you're exercising, if you have the AirPods in your ears, it'll automatically turn on a certain music playlist when you're exercising. Now, one of the coolest and most important features of the Apple Watch is that it can measure your workouts, and there's some settings to control that here. You go to workout, and there are a lot of different settings that you can enable or disable for that. So now there are a few things that we're going to look at on the watch itself. If you swipe down from the top, that shows you all of your notifications. If you swipe up from the bottom, that shows you different settings for your watch. Like this up here is the Wi-Fi. I just turned it off. Now I'll turn it back on. This controls your data, cellular data. This shows you how much battery you have left. The little moon there is do not disturb mode. That's a silent mode. That's walkie-talkie mode. The little faces there is performance mode, like if you're in a theater. The little raindrop is if you wear the watch when you go swimming. The airplane is airplane mode. The flashlight is what it looks like. That's the flashlight. And then to close it, you just go back down. Now over here on this side, the circular button right there is the crown button. if you push that, if you push the crown button, it's going to show you the menu of all of your apps. So here are all of the apps that I have. You push it again, and it'll take you back to the main screen for your watch. Right underneath that, there's the other button. If you push that, that'll show you all of the apps that you've recently had open. You push it again and it'll take you back to the main screen. Now, in order to turn your Apple Watch off, you push and you hold that same button, the button underneath the digital crown, and you can turn it off, or you can do your emergency call. You can see your medical ID. So this is important too. If you don't really ever have to turn your watch off, but if you do need to, that's how you do it.
This was Julia, and thank you for watching. Be sure to follow MPL Adults on Facebook and McAllen Public Library on YouTube, and don't miss any of our virtual programs.